Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. The veteran Matt Prater has this one set to get started. And off we go from Buffalo. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at Auburn, quarterback Bo Nix.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
That's out to Brown, right side, complete. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Nix to throw. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one pulled in by Brown. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
It's a gain of 10. And a Washington first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
2nd down. Nix. He'll get this into the hands of Debo. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
And in motion is Brown. Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 yards.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A.J. Epinesa getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Up the middle, Krowski Merritt, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down. Here comes fourth down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on fourth down.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Commanders with the football to begin the second quarter. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. As we are ready to get back underway. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? Now a deep ball toward the end zone. And that is incomplete. Traylon Burks, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. A return now from the 4. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. A run up the middle with Achane. And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
22 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Bills first down.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Now, this looks like a design run. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
And you can tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. This one complete to Palmer. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Here's 3rd and 2. Brady set to throw. Going out wide to A-Chain. He will not be able to get to the edge. They shut him down. Taken down behind the line. And it's 4th down. The veteran Matt Prater now out to try this field goal. This one from 43 yards away. Prater's kick is good. And the Bills will tie this game up here late in the first half.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Field goals for both sides on their opening possessions. 3-3 as this one's kicked away. This one taken at the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second. And they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw is Nix. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up second down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Throwing. Nix. And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down. And that brings up 4th down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
He's got his man Brown. He's going to have the first down, so they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start, and this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Now the Commanders will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here comes 2nd and 4. They'll throw. It's Nix. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
They'll throw here on third and short yardage. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. That's good for 11 and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success. Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Commanders get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
Jake Moody.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now as this one is in the air. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one.
Jake Moody.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and running back Devon Achane set to go to work once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. This one caught right side by Knox. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
At the 34-yard line.
They put Kelsey in motion. A run out of the gun with Achane. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Second and 2, you're thinking I got 2 downs to get 2 yards. How hard can that be? Well, against this defense, it turns out to be a big challenge. They take you back for a loss at 2, and now you find yourself on 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Brady looking to throw. To the outside, it's looked in by Chase. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through.
The previous play is under review.
What they're looking at here is the spot of the football. Always tricky to get this exactly right, but it only takes a few inches to make a big impact. So slow this down, find a landmark on the field, and determine where the spot should be. So that challenge, a successful one. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On play action, here's Brady. Right back to Chase. He's got it again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
Now a screen set up for Achane. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. They get 21 on that one. 1st down, Buffalo.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Points have certainly been hard to come by in this one today, Mike, but it seems like this drive has been what they've been searching for. A little bit of rhythm, the ability to sustain. Now they got to finish. Now they got to capitalize on these 1st downs and go finish with 6.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. To throw is Brady. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And he will get into the end zone. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bills.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. The kick is good, and the Bills open the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
Commanders 6.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Trailed by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing is Nix. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And in motion is Brown. They'll go play action with Nix. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
When done properly, crossing routes are a great way to get your receivers the ball in space with room to run after the catch. And that's exactly what they're able to do here, executed to perfection. And they pick up a ton of yards after the catch.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical game here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And in motion is Brown. Run over center. That's Krosky Merritt. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That one knocked away in the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
That one broken up. It is incomplete. This defensive secondary, they have been really a no-fly zone all game long. It continues here and brings up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So it is back to a 1-point game now in the 4th quarter as they kick it away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Bills offense back onto the field for their next possession. They had that field goal in the opening drive, the touchdown last time they had it. 2 drives, 2 scores, and here's drive 3. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Brady. Sending it deep for Waddle. And this will be incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. It's 2nd down.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
He'll find Chase. That's complete. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
He's going to let it go deep for Chase. And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score. 70 yards. Touchdown, Buffalo. Greg, that's the way to handle it. Up 1, go down the field, get the touchdown, and extend the lead to 7.
Mike, the key for this offense is they were at their best when their best was needed. Being able to extend this lead late in the 4th quarter, they've got to be feeling pretty good about where things stand to close this game out.
Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bills are going to open up the lead to 8.
17. Commanders 9.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Has caught. That's Lane. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Nix to throw. Pass downfield is caught by Brown. They'll have the 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
A 28-yard gain. And a Washington 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Give them 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a 1st down. They send a receiver in motion left. A 1st down throw for Nix. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Complete to Noah Brown. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22-yard line.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion. In a moment, it is 2nd down and 5. They'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Lane. He's got it. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
That's another.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. Truth be told, the tight end probably would have been better off dropping that ball. But let's talk about this corner. Not only diagnosing the play, but being physical enough to bring the big tight end down for a loss.
Now, a 2nd down throw for Nix. To the outside, catch made by Brown.
Out-breaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The Buffalo crowd being heard before 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Nix. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
10 yards. That's good for a Commanders 1st down. 1st and goal, Washington.
They'll motion over Samuel. They'll run with Kroski Merritt. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
2nd and goal.
Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their 2nd. As they'll get it with just a shade under a minute left in this one. Second down, goal to go. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And this is incomplete, but it looked like that defender got a head start. Let's check the call.
Still 2nd down.
Penalty yards marched off, and they'll try it again on 2nd and goal. And in motion is Brown. 2nd down, Nix. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
Important spot here for the Commanders as they will go for 2.
The Commanders will line up for the 2-point
Throwing,
conversion.
Nix. That's going to be incomplete. The defense holds, stopping the 2-point conversion in the final minutes, and this remains a 2-point game. With 1 timeout remaining, all they can really do here is try to recover an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one. but it's not going to work out.
The Bills offense and Jamar Chase getting set for their next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So it's a win here for the Bills. It was a game that hung in the balance much of the way, but they're able to come away with a 2-point victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Bills are victorious as we say so long from Buffalo.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Seattle Seahawks.
Up in the booth with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and kickoff straight ahead, CD. What's one thing that you're going to have your eye on?
I think about what the great coaches of the past always said. The key to any ball game. Can you run?
They got the tip they were looking for, but couldn't secure it, and this one's over. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Seattle.